right. Well, I'm Matt, and today I brought home a Defiant ST, one of our Jupiter Bike products. I'm going to be opening and setting up the bike. So, I cut the outer straps off. Going to remove the accessory packs. So, first accessory pack here. Nope. This first accessory is going to be our stem. We have our welcome card. Boom, boom. Another accessory box here on the inside. Well, bam. Welcome to Jupiter Bike. Congrats. Second accessory box here. Boom, boom, boom. Accessories inside. We have our quick release axle. This also has our fender mounting kit in there. We're going to need that early, so let's set that to the side where we want it. We have our 10mm Allen key. Oh wow, they put a nice little round head on there. Sweet. Add that to my toolbox. That's going to be our charger in there. I don't need to open it up to look. We have our pedal set. Note the pedals are marked left and right. They're also marked on the facing. We have our little multi-tool in here. This is all your Allen keys, 10mm little flat wrench set and stuff. Like I said, I got my own Allens. Have our manual in there as well. And online PDF versions available, tell you everything you need to know. Written copies, just killing trees. Probably move away from that soon. Okay, so next I'm going to take my snips. And I'm going to break a few things loose in here. The handlebars are strapped up here at the top. Going to cut the handlebars free. I'm OCD about my mess, so I'm going to keep throwing the boxes on top of each other. After getting the handlebars free, I can remove the front fender. I'll toss that out of the way for now. And then I've got the front wheel. Front wheel took a little bit of persuasion to get out, but it did slide right up. It's got the protective and the foam on there. Like I said, I'm OCD about the mess of pile. Front wheel. 4x20 fat tire, nothing special there. We'll get the backside view. We'll try to keep that going wide times out. It's going to kill my foam, but who cares? All right. More foamy, foamy. More foamy, foamy. Handlebars are sitting here loose. Everything's kind of packed in there good. There's nothing damaged. I'm kind of happy with how thick all the foam is in there. Good job. Okay, so now the difficult part. This usually requires 2 people. If you want to lay the bike over on its side, slide it out, totally cool. Do it that way. I'm going to prefer to just muscle it out. It's not that bad. I think the current bike's weighing in right around like 70 pounds with the wheel reduction. Plus one wheel's off right now. I'm grabbing by the fork and the rear wheel. Box is stuck a little bit. There we go. See, this is where that second person, just to take the box away would be nice. Wow. X5, come help me. The X5 did not help me. All right. So now we got our big box out of the way. So let's go back to the snips. Got to get the handlebars relieved from the frame. Stay there, wheel. Be a good wheel. All right, so handlebars are attached here. Boom, boom, boom. Cabling's all right. We have the handlebars over here. That was the front forks that were attached. I called them handlebars, didn't I? Yay. Okay, so with that relieved, handlebars free, we're going to want to fold it open now just to make it easier to work with. So to fold it open, cut free this piece of foam. Make sure we get all the junk out of there. Let's see. I played hockey growing up, not basketball. I'm missing stuff at 6 inches. I'm sorry. All right. So all of our wires are there. Everything looks as it should. This is going to be our latch for closing the body frame. Let's make this sure this stays out of the way as we close the bike. All right, and we're just going to close the front frame like that. A little better for the camera. We're just going to close the front frame. You'll pull that latch up, and it's going to click into place. Now, if you look at the fork, we got wires all over the place. The brake line is going to be on the left side. So let's make sure that brake's on the left side. None of the wires are wrapped around here on the front or anything. Everything looks like it's supposed to. And we've got weight down on the forks. But what we're going to do now is we're going to install the handlebar, or the handlebar stem. Like you saw me struggling with it earlier to try to open it. It's a leverage thing, mechanical force. Yeah. Okay. Don't do that. Metal sharp. We're going to take the 10 millimeter supplied, and we're going to open up and take this bolt all the way out. And it's not really the bolt that was sharp. There's that little chintzy brass washer in there. As you can see, there's a little crush washer in there. For the first time we put those handlebars in, we want to make sure they're tight. And we're just going to wrap that up for a second. It'll stop bleeding in a moment. Deal with it. Deal with it. All right. So now we're going to want a 5 millimeter. So you can use your little tool that came with for that. But we just need a 5 millimeter now. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm going to knock these loose. Yep, they're both out there pretty far. They're loose. I'm just going to set this down on top of that. Okay, notice I have my latch open. There is a pull on the top of it here. We got to open up the latch. You do have to pull it open right here on top. Pull it up, flap it open. The latch open. Now I'm going to bend it open for the first time. Ooh, there we go. A little stiff, but now we've got it opened up. Okay, that's how we want it to look. We got that 10 millimeter bolt off of there with the compression washer. We're going to hang the handlebar stem. Handlebar stem is going to hang off to the right side of the frame. Going to push that down there nice and firm. We're going to take that crush washer that they gave us. Crush washer. Crush washer. That goes in first. And then we take the 10 millimeter bolt. Please do not strip this. Don't try putting it in with the tool. As you see, it gets a little close right here. So putting it in by hand. And I can turn my thumb or finger on top of it here a few times. You feel it catch. It's got the first couple threads going. We're going to take that 10 millimeter and we're just going to put it in there. We're going to loosely, righty-tighty. As you tighten it down, you're going to notice the gaps here are going to close up. As those gaps close up, that's just the bearings. That's everything in the headset pressing itself together. As it tightens, this is going to start to rotate. Okay, so now we can kind of check, are we lined up? We're going to fold that close, not closing it, but I'm folding it like it would be. And I can see that if I put my handlebars in here, I'm still a little crooked. So let's turn it that way just a little bit. A little crooked, turn it that way just a little bit. We're looking about 90%. Okay. So then I'm going to grab my 5 mil again. Oh, you come back to me. Yes, good girl. We're going to grab that 5 millimeter again. Okay. And we're going to tighten down these bolts right here. Now these are going to be loosened and can be tightened again before we're all done for final ride. We're just getting a pretty good eyeball of where we're at straight right here. And that'd be the handlebars straight with the forks. Oh, and they want to turn that. All right, about right there. About right there. And I'm just going to give those a little snug. I'm not going super tight with them. That's snug. Because as we tighten down that 10 millimeter, we want it to still be able to move freely and pull the shaft and everything down together into one block. So 10 millimeter, because we're getting to where we're going to be tightening more, we're going to use it on the long angle. This gives you more leverage. It's going to make this nice and easy. And I'm going slowly here because I'm watching, because eventually it's going to get tight enough, them handlebars are going to start spinning on the ground. So I'm just going to put a little bit of force. Going to step my foot in front of that, have my leg here in front of that. No, I'm not hurting myself. Wish I was. Get that closed up. All right. I'm not even going super hard because this is so long. I mean, your average 12-year-old will probably be able to get enough to tighten these down to a safe level. But you'll see now that we got none of the gapping here. It's all nice and clean, nice and clean. My handlebars still spin freely. I'm not binding them up at all. Okay, so I'm gonna put this up straight. I'm gonna take the seat off. Just get her out of the way. I got no use for the seat right now, so we're just gonna set her over here. Yeah, you stay there. Now, I'll go be honest with you. Installing that front fender before putting on the wheel makes it a lot easier. I'll bet you the other fender bolts are already in the forks. I'm gonna flip the handlebars over here for just a second. And I'm gonna double check here. And yes, suspicions were correct. I'm gonna lift that up, show the camera. As you can see right there above the brake caliper mount, got a little silver bolt. There's gonna be one there on the matching on the other side. Both of those bolts are there available for install. See, 1, 2. Fenders are pretty simple. These are our full mud guards. These are available for all the bikes, all the Defiants anyways. I've test fitted it even on my standard Defiants. We have the proper mounting brackets and everything. You just got to clarify, this is the bracket I need, or this is the bike I have. We give you the bracket you need. I'm gonna go by memory, and I'm gonna say that's a 4 millimeter there. Had my 4 millimeter out. And I'm gonna check here. Yep, those are 4 millimeters. Before we get to the fender, make this a little bit easier, let's put the handlebar on. So on the top of your stem, could be 2 5 millimeter bolts. Okay, they're in there snug, so use it long-wise. To be honest with you guys, good set of Allen wrenches aren't going to cost you more than 20, 25 bucks. You can get a set at local retailer. Everybody's got one of these local retailers. You can get a lifetime warranty set of good Allen wrenches for under 30 bucks in most marketplaces. So, worth it. All that furniture you buy off IKEA goes together with Allen wrenches. Imagine if you had a nice pair instead of the little cheap crap they always give you. All right, so got that out. Now, I'm not even worried about seeing the handlebars right now. Cutting the tape on the handlebar. Just easier. That's a big hunk of foam they got on that one too, eh? All right, undo that. Now, there's tension in these cables up front. All right, there's always going to be tension. That's just how they are. We got them bound together. There's cables and wires in there together, but they kind of have a natural boom. That's kind of how they fit on. Okay, when you've got them on the right way, it has the screen out of the way. You saw I did a little gentle push there, and we're going to turn this way now. The screen was right here. Okay, screen right there. It's blocking that bolt. I can't get to that front bolt. I push the screen down, it slides on the rubber mounts. Now I've got access to both of those holes. Easy, direct, no crazy angles, no stripping screws. I'm gonna go back over here. Gonna grab that headpiece. I can start them with my finger. Look, see? Lined up, nice and easy, nothing. There's grooves on the top of the handlebars. Hide the grooves 9 out of 10 times, that means you're centered. It's pretty much that simple. You can see no force is being applied to these. I'm holding, the force is here holding down the plate. It's not going into this hand turning the screws. Screwing the bolts. Okay, this one a little force because I got the other one tightened down already. So this one's got to catch its angle. All right, and that's tightening down the bar now. So I'm going to tighten this one down first since the front one got almost all the angle. I'm talking about all the angle right here in this gap in the headset. You can see it on the front as well. I can move the camera, you still won't see it because the display's in the way. But you can see this little gap right here. As I'm tightening this down, I want to see that gap look the same on both sides. That's just my OCD. It lets me know that that clamp came down flat. It didn't come down like this or like that. It actually, like it's supposed to. Boom, she's in there. I can easily rotate that display back up. Nothing's in the way. We got the handlebars on. I want to move over. I want to do that front mud guard because there's just no room once you get the tire in there to get to all the bolts. So we're just going to put that on first. Part of putting on the front fender is also mounting the headlight. Oh, you can actually see me pretty decent over there. Okay, it's mounting the headlight. So you get this headlight. I don't know what the manufacturer spec is, but I like to put the washer on the bolt before it goes into the headlight. Right? Because how I figure is that the connection for the mud guard, since it's just a flat gap, it's kind of the washer for the back end. But I put that wing nut on just loose, so the fender's just kind of flapping there. So you can see we've got the bolts there for doing the fenders. There's one on each side. They're in the same location. I grabbed a 5. I knew this one was a 4. There's washers with these screws as well. Want to make sure that washer's on the bolt again. Now, as these fenders tighten down, it's going to press the bracket flat. So you kind of want to get both of these started first. And like I said, the last couple turns on this get difficult because it's actually flattening down that fender guard. It like brings it flat, bam, puts it in there. So then I'll go back over here and I'll give that the last turn or two as well. Get it, bam, flat, presses it in there. Now, there is one more thing. There is this bright orange piece down here in the brake. Show that to you. Down here in the brake caliper, there's a little handle on the back side of it. You want to pull that out. It's keeping the brake open. But we need to put the caliper in now, so we don't need that anymore. So we just pick up the garbage. Fender's on, so we're grabbing the axle skewer. The axle skewer is intended to have a spring on each side of it when you install it. So we're going to screw off the little nut end. All right, and we're going to take that screw, we're going to take that little spring with us. Come here. All right, we'll turn the rod, that's easier. Keep those two together. Keep that together. We've got our wheel. Our wheel is all good to go. I've taken the protective cap off of it. All right. Rotor looks pretty straight. You just kind of eyeball the rotors. You know, sometimes you get one that's got a wicked bend to it on arrival. You see that before you install it. Call them, they'll send you another one. No big deal. All right. Time to install the wheel. Now we catch the fork right here. Inside that thread kind of right on that nut, you're going to get the forks to catch on the wheel, and you won't even need the axle to hold itself in place. So I'm going to step on the little bar down there that's been between the forks the whole time. Again, this is where a second person can help. Oh, I'm going to bring this up. And I'm going to get that. It can be tricky. Can be tricky because you want to line up the rotor. Oop. I can't see the rotor. It's hard trying to provide a camera view at the same time. So boom, like that. So as you see, rotor went into the caliper. Oh, you son of a... The rotor slid into the caliper. The wheel's right now resting, you know, without the axle in there. I haven't put the axle in yet. What I am going to do is I'm going to butt the kickstand down. Because with the kickstand down and the wheel in, the bike's leaning on itself right now, okay? So I'm going to grab my axle. I'm going to have my spring and my bolt in one hand. And I'm going to have my axle in the other. Now the spring and the bolt, we want to put that over on the side with the brake. The side with the brake, this one's going on the brake side. The side with the brake's got enough action going on already. So we put this on the side where the brake isn't, so it's not something that's getting in the way or collecting up debris on the road while you're riding, possibly getting in the way. So, quick release lever. It's on the right side of the bike. Another small thing. These springs are tapered. Bing, bing. Bigger on one end than the other. Oh, where's the middle of the camera? Oh, that's weird to watch backwards. Okay, so you want the smaller end in towards the wheel. Ooh, adjust. Smaller end in towards the wheel. Bigger end by the bolt. Right? So small end goes by the wheel. Boom, boom. Spring is on. Got more bolt on there. Now, as you tighten this up, you're tightening up the first time. You want this quick release axle down. See how it can come? This is closing it if I lift it up. So you want it down so it's open. And you can tighten this by your finger on the other side. And you want to make it to where it's difficult to close that. And that's going to have your axle locked into place. All right, we had the weight of the bike on there while we were doing that. So I'm pretty sure that it's straight. I can lift it up off the ground real quick, removing the weight of the bike. It's spinning freely. It's catching the brake a little bit. We need to do a brake adjustment. 5 and 10 millimeter. 10 mil they provided, 5 I got on my own. All right, just looking at my handlebars. I did a pretty good job. The handlebars are lined up. But if we need to adjust the handlebars right now, you would leave this closed. You'd take your 5 millimeter over on this side of the head, right? You got 2 5 millimeter bolts. You go counterclockwise and you'd loosen these up. And then you'd be able to just hold the front wheel between your knees or hold it with your foot, be able to straighten the handlebars. But I am just going to tighten these down because I got it nice and straight. Boom. Boom. I'm going to go give that 10 mil a good go at it. Okay, I'm going to put my leg behind the wheel so the wheel don't want to turn. I'm going to put my hand on the stem so the stem don't want to turn. I'm just going to give that a good pull. Oh, I'd say it's probably 50 to 75, somewhere in there. Everything's pressed in nice. Open that up, lock in the handlebars. On the right side of the forks, you have your lock and open. It says right on top, basically. To the left, it's open. that means that you have hydraulics. To the right, it's locked. That means the hydraulic shocks are locked out. And then on the left side of the fork, you have a opaque window. That's actually your hydraulic fluid that you can see through there. If you start seeing air bubbles or it gets like off color, you need new fluid, probably new forks. But spinning that to the right, righty-tighty, that's going to make the suspension slightly firmer. Spinning that to the left, lefty-loosey, it's going to make the shocks jello. Oh, God, that's gross. Like that. Okay. So that looks pretty good. Now I'm looking at the front of the bike. I got my handlebars and my forks are straight. My front fender's a little off. That tweaks me. So kind of hold that straight. A lot of time it's one of these got bent. Yep, that's all it was. Straighten that out. Hold this 10mm bolt. Tighten this hand. If you want to, you can put a 10mm on there now and vert. And since we've got the washer up front and the washer in the back, you should be able to tighten it down and not worry about it. But it's pretty much how I leave it. Boom, boom, especially until we get a first ride going. Note the cables up here. Nothing's wrapped around the wrong way. We have slack. We have slack. If you installed the handlebars wrong, you would have these cables wrapped around the front. And this would all be under tension right now. You probably have this wire pulled out. This one would probably be damaged. Damaged headlights, damaged cadence sensors, damaged throttles on arrival. These can all short the bike on first startup if there's any physical damage noticed. Yeah. Give the support number a call. But everything looks pretty good right now. So like we're saying, we're getting to those pedals before. Pedals have a left and a right on them. I did that backwards. They have a right. You see right and left on the bottom of them. The left one is going to be correct. The left one also has abrasive threading. See that in the light? It's got abrasive threads right there on it. Left side. Counter, it's going to be reverse thread on the left side. So right side, standard threading. You're going to turn the pedal to the right. The pedal's going to go in. Set on the left one, the left side is reverse thread. So instead of going to the right to tighten it, you go to the left to tighten it. This is because the rotation of pedaling over here would naturally unscrew the pedal just from riding. So they make it reverse thread, so pedaling doesn't unscrew it. All right, cool, cool. Pedals on. So seat post clamp, just like the front wheel, the quick release on the front wheel, open it up, turn it snug. The seat post doesn't slide through. Turn it loose. Seat post slides through. Right? Turn it snug again. Okay? Set it where you want it. Close it. Should be hard to close. Not hard enough you're going to bend the aluminum, but hard enough to close. I'm going to loosen that up just a little bit. Oh, seat dropped. Hold it where I want it. Oh, there we go. Good. Good hit. Lined up. All right. So that's about one of the most difficult things for most people. We get those damaged post holes all the time. Powering on. Top button of the display over here at the thumb side. Everything comes up normal. If you have any errors, display is going to show a number here. Contact support will tell you exactly what the issue is. Lots of small things. People freak out. All right, headlight's going to get turned on holding down the plus button. By holding on the plus button. Side effect, tail light is now on. Tail light intensifies with brake being activated. Horn button. All right, Turn the headlight off to press the plus button for 2 seconds. Notice the taillight still works, still intensifies. Right, hitting plus and minus goes through the speeds of the bike, 1 through 5. These are not the gears, these are the speeds. Gears are over here on the derailleur lever. Okay, this is 1 through 7. That derailleur lever is what controls the gears on the back of the bike. The mechanical, physical gears of the bike are controlled by the derailleur buttons, not the settings on the screen. Settings on the screen are an electrical setting. They don't make a mechanical change to the bike. Popular point of confusion. All right, so bike is leaned up on its kickstand. Note it's bringing the wheel off the ground. Wheel off the ground. This allows me to test the throttle. My throttle's running. You guys can hear that rubbing sound. That's the brakes. Brakes need a line. But I know my throttle's working. I'm going to spin my pedals once. As the pedal spins, pedal assist is activated. The wheel kicks in by itself. Proper function. Everything on the bike is working okay. To this point, I see no physical damage. At this point, I'll align the brakes. I'd pump up the tires and I'd go for a test ride and check the gears.